Hi and welcome to synccentric.com. This is a quick tutorial on how to use our system. First we're going to log in. After you've logged in, the basic steps here are you're going to want to import your data file or your unique identifiers, whether they're ASINs, UPCs, MPNs, ISBNs, SKUs, whatever it may be. We even take keywords. After you import your list along with any other custom data, then you're going to convert it, which is going to retrieve all of the information from the Amazon listing and the actual data associated to the product. Once you retrieve that information, you have a few other features that I'll show you as well, but that's all manageable from the Manage page, or you can export the data as well. First, when you sign in, you're going to take a look at your campaign. Currently I have two campaigns set up, one's for US and one's for Canada. I'm going to jump back into the default campaign. Now ideally you'll want to put in your Amazon seller MWS credentials because that's going to allow the conversion to run on your own behalf, which is going to make it extremely faster than running it on the default campaign or the actual credentials associated with this server that you're on. So once you log in, you're just going to click on the default campaign and then click on Manage Campaigns. If you're already in the default campaign, you'll just click Manage. Under the default campaign, you'll click Edit, and then you're just going to select your marketplace ID, which you may have already selected from the register page. I'm going to be searching in the US locale, Amazon.com, and then you'll plug in your seller or merchant ID, your MWS auth token, and your campaign name. You can make that whatever you want. This check digit feature is for UPCs. There's more information on that here. Now after you do that, you just update it. You'll get a message saying that it's successful or not, and then you can move on from there. If you're not sure how to get your MWS credentials, then there's a blog article right here. Just click on See Details, and it will bring you to a page that explains everything in detail on how to access that. Jumping back to the back end of our system, we're going to go to the import page, and we're first going to import our data file. We'll click Browse to find the file. I have this one on my desktop. And what we're going to do is we're going to import UPCs. Now, if we jump back to my actual file in Excel, you'll notice that we have a header here, the part numbers, manufacturer, description, etc. When we open that up on our Browse tab, you're going to select the file, open, and then we're going to click My File Includes Column Headers, which is just going to identify the actual column when we go to export it. So we'll import the CSV file, make sure it's CSV format, and it's going to give us a preview here of exactly what's in our file for each of the columns. Now we get to decide on which custom data we'd like to upload. You can upload your whole file, or you can upload just the important ones. What we know we want to search by is right here. We're going to search by the UPCs because from this list those are the most unique identifiers. We'll click search by this column, and then let's say we want to import our part numbers and manufacturer, and let's do price as well. So now we'll click on, I already have some data in my inventory in my account, so I'm going to click delete previous inventory. That's going to delete everything in my account so far. I'll finish the CSV import, and it's going to import our file. For larger files, it may take a few minutes to import, especially if you have a lot of columns, custom data that you're importing, but it shouldn't be too long, normally anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds for smaller files, and larger files might be a minute or two. This one is, I believe, maybe a couple thousand rows of data, so it may take a little bit. And remember, each campaign has a different amount of data limits that it can hold. So if you're selecting the the basic plan, it's only going to allow you to import 15 records. If you select the standard, that's going to be 1,000. The premium accounts hold up to 5,000, and the enterprise does 10,000. And we also have custom plans as well that allow you to import more than that. That's something that you need to contact us about, and we'll configure your account for that. Now, once I imported it, notice I'm getting quite a few errors here. This is just because the UPC file is not formatted properly, and that will happen with a lot of UPC data associated with, or any data that's in the actual Excel file. If we go back to that file, you'll see it right here. Our UPC column is actually truncated by Excel, and it's using the scientific notation to define the actual full number. What we want to do there is we'll pull it out a little bit, and then we'll right click on the column. We'll click on Format Cells, and then you can either do number and go down to 0 decimal places, or what I like to do is click on Custom, and then under the type, I'm just going to type in 12 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's because the UPCs are defined by 12 digits. Note that if you're importing EANs, those are 13 digits. So I'll click OK. That's going to convert it back to the normal number before Excel made it all, before Excel truncated it. And then we're just going to resave this. I'm going to do a save as, and remember to just save it as a CSV file. I'll save over the one that we had in place, continue, and we'll jump back to the page. We'll go back to the import page. We'll do that again. Import UPC. My file includes custom headers, and then import. And note that's going to be the case with any data file that you import. You just want to make sure that everything looks okay, especially with files that you're importing UPC numbers where it's strictly numbers. Excel does like to convert that, and you just want to make sure that you format the column first before you import it. So again, we'll import the part numbers, manufacturer, price, and then of course this is the important one, search by this column, which is the actual UPC. So we'll delete what we have in our account and finish the CSV import. And let's see how this one does. Notice it will start to count right here. Again, if you are restricted by a data plan, it's only going to import what your account allows you to hold. These numbers also, it's going to show the total amount of inventory that's imported into your account, the actual items that are converted, and what this means is the items that we searched Amazon with and returned products for. And then the errors, those are any items that we couldn't find matches for, couldn't find product listings for, or something else may have happened with the actual data. It could be that the UPC was invalid. Maybe you imported MPNs instead of UPCs, or EANs instead of UPCs, whatever the case is. And it may give you a description depending on what the error is on why you received that error. So this file is quite large, so it's going to take a few minutes. We're already up to around 7,000 here. Smaller files, anywhere from a few hundred to maybe a couple thousand, should only take about 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Larger files, especially if we're importing all of those columns, are going to take much longer. current progress is over here. Once we start running the conversion, it's going to start ticking from 1 to eventually 100%. It will automatically refresh the page, but you can also click this little button right here to refresh and see the status. So we just imported all of our products. It says 9,377 items were imported. We'll go ahead and convert this. We'll see the two options here. One is retrieve data, the ASIN pricing, sales rank. This information is mainly related to the listing data and the product information. This option is more related to the identifiers. So if you're looking to convert UPC to EAN or UPC to ASIN or ASIN to ISBN, this is the option that you would want to select. I'm going to go ahead and leave them all selected. This one's just convert only new inventory. So if you only convert half your inventory and then you came back later and had to convert the remainder, you can click on that and it will be a lot shorter. So we'll click convert inventory. And now it says our conversion's in progress. You'll receive a notification when it's complete. Obviously, we're not going to sit here and wait for all 9,000 items to complete. That will take a little bit. Typically, most files will convert in under an hour, especially with larger data files. It will take around that or a little bit longer. Anything that's under 1,000 or around the 1,000 mark should complete fairly soon, within, let's say, 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the server volume. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into the management page and show you exactly what you can retrieve for data. You're gonna see a number of different columns here. All of these columns can be adjusted by the actual filter section. This right here is the actual Amazon data, strictly related to the actual product itself. And then the pricing and analytics is more related to the actual listing itself, what sellers are doing, what they're selling it for, what the sales rank is for the product. We also have an option up here called the auto buy box, basically just an auto feature that's going to collect the sales rank, the pricing, really any information that changes often. It will collect it on a regular basis, typically every 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much data you actually have. Right now I'm on a standard account, so it doesn't give me the option to enable it, but if I was on a premium account or higher, I'd just click on the on button, which would be right here, and it would just automatically kick in. And after I do my conversion, it's just essentially going to retrieve any type of changing data every couple hours, so all of your data stays current. So that applies to mainly everything in this pricing section, and then also a few items in the analytics section as well. So all you need to do if you want to see this data in the management section, you just select what data you actually want. If you don't want it, you just click it until the green check mark is off, and then you just filter the results, and then you'll get the information down here. Obviously, you're not seeing anything right now because we really haven't started our conversion. It hasn't retrieved all the products yet, but if it did, you'd see all the information down here. It'd allow you to search within the database or within your account. You can also select the whatever columns you see here will be in here, so you can really define your or refine your search. After you search, if you want to clear the search, just clear the search and you can do it again. There's pagination down here, so you can go through all the pages if you prefer to do that and analyze your data from the management section. Or if you'd rather export it to a CSV file, you just go to the export page, create a new export, and then you can filter which data you actually want to return and save the export settings, and then create the CSV file, which will allow you to download that file to your computer. Note that there's a couple other options here One is include secondary listings. So this is if Amazon has duplicate products, and I say duplicate in quotes because that it's what it is if you have a UPC, there may be multiple listings on Amazon that have the same UPC, but it has different ASIN numbers. So technically they're the same exact product, but they're on two different listings or multiple listings for that matter. So Amazon doesn't really like that. Technically, you're not supposed to list on multiple listings. There's not even supposed to be multiple listings for the same product. But it does happen. So you can either include all of those secondary listings, or if you want to only download the best sales rank product, which would be the product that gets the most visibility and is essentially selling the best, then you would uncheck this, and that's going to actually export the best product of those duplicates. Now you can also export all of the data by unchecking this. That's going to export everything that you have in these columns, regardless if you have them checked or not. If you only want to download a specific amount of columns, then you'll click this. You'll click whichever data you need. You'll save the export, and then you'll create your export file. It may take a few seconds or a few minutes depending on how much data you have, again, and then it will allow you to actually download your information from the browser. So that's pretty much it in terms of what you can actually collect with your information. And also just to note, once you export your file, all of your custom data will automatically export with this information. So if you import anything from step 1 of the import process, you will not see it in this section. It will just automatically download once you create the export file. So there's a significant amount of data here that's useful for creating a strategy to help you sell better on Amazon, help you sell quicker on Amazon, really give you an edge over your competition by knowing the actual prices, what the sellers on Amazon are doing, if it's a merchant seller or if it's a fulfillment by Amazon seller, if it's Amazon itself that's winning the buy box. There's really loads of information that you can learn from our system and somewhat develop your formula around the data that we provide you with. You can actually look at all the features by going back to our website, synccentric.com, then go into features, and it's going to give you pretty much everything that we have on our website that you can utilize. Note that some of these features are only available in certain plans. If you go to the pricing page, it defines exactly what's available on each of these plans. Typically, the premium account is the most popular because it retrieves the sales rank information, the pricing, and it gives you a decent amount of products that you can store in your account at a single time. Note this number is specific to how many products you can have in your account at a certain time. It's not how many products you can convert on a monthly basis. You can actually convert as many products as you want as long as your account holds this number or less. So you can essentially import 5,000 products, export all of that data after you convert it, and then delete it and import another 5,000 UPCs or whatever it might be. And you can continually do that. Again, it's just a little more management on your part. The enterprise plan is basically somewhat the same thing, except it allows 10,000 products and 5 campaigns, which I'm not sure if I've touched on that completely, but basically you can set up multiple campaigns based on different sales strategies, or if you have different suppliers that you're working with and you want to keep the data separate, you can create a new campaign. It doesn't matter if you're doing in the same locale or not. If it's all Amazon.com or US, that's totally fine. Really all it is essentially multiple stores in one account. It allows you to just separate your data, keep your campaigns separate, whether it's some type of sales strategy or trying to keep the your supplier's data separate or whatever it might be. Even if you have different locales, or you're selling on, U.S. or Europe or in Canada, you can create three different campaigns for that and keep them all separate. Really, whatever you want to do with it just allows you to separate your data and manage it a little bit easier. Let me just jump into a couple of the settings in the back end for your account. If you click on your email, you can click on account. This gives you all of your profile information right here that you can edit. You can also manage your subscription. It'll show you what subscription level you're on right here. You can also either cancel or upgrade your account, or even downgrade it if you want. Currently, I don't have a subscription on this account, so if I wanted to create a subscription, I'll just click right here. You can also get to this page from a few different other areas of the site. Once you sign up, it will actually instruct you to subscribe to a plan if you don't already have one. Jumping back into the account and manage subscription, you can take a look at pretty much all of your subscriptions that you've ever had right here. Assuming that you only have one, you jump into the subscription, and then it will give you an outline of your payments. Everything is on a monthly basis. There's no contracts. You can cancel at any time. You can downgrade or upgrade at any time. Downgrading, there is no discount for downgrading from the premium to the standard, but if you were to go from the premium to the enterprise, we would prorate that, so you get a credit on your account for upgrading to the enterprise plan. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to give us send us a ticket at our email at info@synccentric.com, or you can also click this link, support ticket, which will bring you to an interface to open up an account and chat with us. We are available pretty much 24/7. Just send us a ticket and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, really, you can find any information about our site, what features we have, and the data that you can actually retrieve, which is right here, from our website, from the features page. You can also learn about some of our other hidden features or product information or services from our blog as well. But again, if you have any questions at all about our service or our system or anything like that, if you have a custom project that you need or a custom module, we're definitely here to help. Thanks for visiting. Enjoy.